I have to ask you, because you are, call me racist, call me whatever, I have to know.
Lay it on me, babe.
You are a pretty Asian woman.
Thank you.
With large tits.
Thank you.
Do you play poker? Hi slugs, I am looking my absolute best right now to tell you I'm back on the road. Look at my hair. I will be in Tacoma, Washington, November 1st and 2nd, and I'm doing a series of new material nights. I'm announcing more dates soon, but you can get tickets to see me in Tacoma, Washington at the link in the description, at the link in my Instagram bio. I'll be at Tacoma Comedy Club. See you there. Bye tonight.
Shop Skims bras at skims.com, now available in 62 sizes, 30A to 46H. And if you haven't yet, be sure to let them know we sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey and select our show, Trash Tuesday, in the drop-down menu that follows.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Rediscover your curiosity with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/trashtuesday today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/trashtuesday.
You guys, we have a really special guest today.
We've been after her for years.
She's been on Tiger Belly. She is a stranger to no one. She is a gamer, YouTuber, influencer, a funniest tweets. Do you still call them tweets?
I do.
Yeah, I do.
What are we gonna say? An ex?
No.
Like no.
You guys, Gina Darling.
Hello. Oh, we got cats. Hi.
I have a question. This is pertaining to off-camera conversation. Are red receipts a net positive or negative for the world? Because you brought up like, oh, hopefully it's on unread. I think red receipts have like ruined society. Like that to me is like the downfall, that everything goes back to that.
You're saying people who turn on the option to say they've read your stuff?
Yes. And then also Instagram DMs for years have been the standard, is you see if someone saw it or didn't see it. Like that has crushed more souls of our generation. I think it's ruined Gen Z completely.
Mm-hmm.
It's half ruined us because we've dealt with it. Like, have you ever had a good experience with a red receipt? Like, it hurts.
Holy shit, what a great question. I never thought of that. No, my feelings have always been hurt by that. This is grounds for suing whoever the made that, dude.
I've gotten really good at reading 6 words of, you can see like the beginning part of a message and trying to like deduce what that message is, and then opting to be like, nope, not going to open that one.
But how unfair is that?
I know, it's terrible
for you.
It's terrible.
I hate that, and I've done that too. But Instagram, you can turn it off. I just discovered, and that has been a game changer.
Yes.
But I just think it's like hurt us for a while.
Yeah, for sure.
And I do want to sue.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was watching an episode earlier. Who was it that was afraid of, because something colon cancer unread message advice?
Oh.
You.
Damn it, why is that the thing? Damn, what?
No, it's okay. Listen here, colon girl. I'm the same thing. Like.
Are you a colon girl?
I'm like a colon unread, so I've been going through something like this, where a couple of friends have just left me on red and then just stopped talking to me altogether. I'm like, dude, what the and
no explanation?
No explanation. Until I find out later, it's like, oh, because he got a new girlfriend and the girl probably said, which is fine. I'm used to that, like I'm fine. Like if you're my guy friend and you tell me like, hey, I'm starting to talk to this new girl, she's uncomfortable, I know what I look like. Right? And so like I'm fine with it. And I just tell them like, yo, do your thing. I just want you to be happy. And then if things don't work out, I'm still your friend, But it was like last year, it was legit like dropped off my birthday present. Dude, thank you so much. Like it was on stream, Like, dude, my friend just dropped this off. This is awesome. Thank you. And then he left my Discord and then radio silence.
Okay, I have a theory on this.
Huh.
Any guy friend who has done that has not seen you as a friend. They've seen you as a pursuit. Because if they have to change their life around so that they're no longer in contact with you because they've gotten a new girlfriend, they were never just your friends. You were like, they were trying to like long con you into something.
I don't know, because it might be because
jealous
of the girl.
girlfriend though.
But jealous girlfriend is so
Yeah.
easy to like mitigate upfront.
No.
Really?
Mm.
Because I could so easily see me, especially in the past, like having been the person who's like, I don't want you talking to that girl. And then what I was squashing was so innocent and it was so wrong of me. Like I could be in that position. I see it.
But that's a young girl's game. We don't do that anymore.
No.
They were
Agree.
younger. You're
Agree.
right. They
Yeah,
were
I mean,
younger.
I get that, but it's like, unless you've recently just like hooked up or whatever, I don't think that the ghosting is warranted
Mhm.
from a guy who you've been friends with for a while. Like, even for me, like the guy I'm with now, like he has a lot of like women friends. And they're really like great people. One of them that he introduced me to, like on the third time that I met her, she did this thing that I thought was like a slight, where she was like, "What's your name again?"
Oh.
And I was like,
Khalyla, your name is Khalyla.
I know.
Are you kidding me?
But I was like, is she a ding dong?
Yeah.
Or was that intentional?
Yeah.
Was that kind of, and then I later found out that they had like hooked up years ago or whatever. And I was like, all right, I'm connecting some dots here. Though what's your name again was definitely an intentional
I
thing.
take back what I said.
Your gut was right. What'd you say?
I take back what I said. I love your name, Khalyla. It's very easy to remember her.
Yeah, I mean, like, so that's when I was like, okay, I was willing to give her the benefit of the doubt to be like, okay, I think she's just a ding dong. It is a hard name, right?
Mhm.
My mom can hardly get it right. So, but then I found that out. I was like, oh, okay, I think I'm onto your little mind games here. But then you kill them with kindness.
Yeah, that's all
You
you
send
that's
them
the only
M
option.
products.
I'm just thinking about how your mom is struggling with your name. I'm like, did she name you that just so she could eventually learn the name Khalyla? It's the only way.
Do you know who you were named after?
Yeah, I was named after my dad's mom who had passed away. Like in Jewish culture, you name after a dead person. But my mom famously hated my name, so would just call me that one. Yeah.
Who were you named after?
When my mom was pregnant, my dad went to the bank and he thought the bank teller was really hot and asked her what her name was and named me that. And then also gave me a Vietnamese name. Nobody knows it, and then comes back to the bank and was like, I just had a daughter. This is her name. And she's like, that's my Vietnamese name too, which is crazy.
What?
Because my Vietnamese name isn't like the Jessica Ashley of Vietnamese. It's more like the Sunshine Rainbow Apricot the third, like how the do we have the same exact name? So it's not romantic. It's not sexy. It's just, I was named after a hot bank teller.
That's pretty sexy.
Yeah.
Does your mom know that?
No, who cares? She's a narcissist. I hope she knows now. I don't care.
I don't think men should be allowed to name girls.
I don't think men should be allowed.
I agree.
No, agreed though.
I think my dad actually named me.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, because my dad spoke Arabic, and I think there was like some like Khalil, like Khalil is and so it's some variation of that, and he put an island twist to it.
It works.
Yeah, it works.
It hits for me.
Do you think that people become their names, or not always?
I
You
don't
became
know.
your name.
You think? Because I sort of hope I didn't. When I was little, I had never met anyone with my name. And then when I started kindergarten, my first day of kindergarten, there was this 97-year-old woman who was the volunteer in our class, and her name was Esther. So that is the kind of people that are Esthers, in my experience.
I don't think you embody your name because you're the first non-Korean Esther I've ever met.
I know what.
That's
Why is it?
crazy.
It's a very Asian name.
Because no, it's very biblical. Like Koreans are very biblical, right?
Yeah.
Always with the David, the Esthers, the Grace. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are you?
I'm Vietnamese and Chinese. Yeah. And then
Don't-
Gina became like a 40-year-old virgin. The name's Gina.
Gina. Yeah.
But then I like to use that now.
But you have some really classic, like badass Ginas, like Gina Davis, Gina Gershon.
Oh yeah, Gina
that's
has a
true.
very positive
Yeah.
view. Like I see that as a very sexy lady name.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But are people still naming their kids like Lindas or Ginas or none anymore, right?
I rarely meet a Gina anymore. It's all like Khaleesi,
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
What is that ice from Disney?
Um,
Elsa.
Elsa.
That is a cute name.
Mhm.
Elsa.
There was an allure to Elsa for me for a moment when naming a baby, but it was too basic. I have to ask you, because you are, and this is going to make me racist, and that's fine. I'm willing
Lay it
to
on me,
go.
babe.
I'm going for it. You are a pretty Asian woman
Thank you.
with large tits.
Thank you.
Do you play poker? Call me racist. Call me whatever. I have to know. I see what I see. I ask what I ask.
That is the fucking craziest question I've ever asked ever. Holy shit, that was really good. How long have you been sitting on that? Like, since you Googled me and just saw? That is amazing. So here's the thing. I am the worst Asian person ever. I don't play poker. My mom was a professional dealer on like World Poker Tournament and all that shit, of course.
What?
She's also an Asian woman with giant tits.
You're
I
onto
know.
something.
So I'm the odd man out. I never learned how to gamble, period, because my family just fucking loves gambling. I never learned how to gamble. Also because I recently got diagnosed with ADHD, and it makes sense now because I can't do math. So if I'm at a blackjack table, they show the cards. I'm like, hold on, hold on. I look like an idiot. I'm not gonna do this on national television, you know? So no, I don't play poker, but I like that. I'm gonna tweet this. A white girl just asked me today.
Don't worry, we'll clip it. It'll be.
Wait a second. So you have a family that gambles a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And you have a dad who is
Gambling family as well.
Yeah.
But I'm just intrigued now. Your mom was a dealer in the World Series of Poker?
Yeah, did she deal or was she just there? But she's a pro dealer, but she was there. I think she was dealing. I don't remember. This was like 2000s.
Damn, that is iconic.
Yeah.
But I watch poker via my dad and my soon-to-be husband, and there's a lot of your kind. That is what is there.
They're good. To be fair, yes, Asians like Las Vegas casinos
is it?
are.
Yeah.
Why is
Full of
it?
us.
I don't know. I don't know. They fucking love gambling.
Yeah.
Our Christmases aren't even Christmases. Now that all the kids are grown up, it's Christmas at Morongo. You know?
Oh, you guys actually take it there.
Yeah.
In our family, it's mahjong.
Oh, nice.
Mahjong is like the biggest vice in my family. It has single-handedly derailed my entire lineage. Like, they will not feed their children to keep playing mahjong. It's such a sickness and a disease back home.
Mhm.
And I can't even, it's like, it makes me sad when I hear like the tiles like click on each other. I'm like, I can't be around this.
Yeah.
Brought
I've never
so
played
much
that.
like sadness and sorrow. Anyways, but we're good at it. We're good at it. And you know what?
Apparently so.
I'm really great. I'm really great at blackjack. I'm like really great at card games.
How can you be good at blackjack? I'm sorry. I have to.
But not just blackjack. I'm actually okay at poker.
Really?
Like, I'm good at card games in general.
You know what? You should go to one of Dave's poker nights.
I don't have big tits. I'm out.
They have
I'm
these
out.
silicone like bodysuits you can wear now. It's fine.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Cosplay, I see it all the time.
You are not invited, actually.
That's fine. I will look like I will sweep the whole table, you know? And I sit down like this bitch can barely count.
I have a question. Do you guys find like that there are certain cities that have a certain type of attractive male or female that you are drawn to? Like, I just realized for me, guys from Boston, that's my type. Like, if you're from Boston, you are my type. And like, I don't know. Then there's also certain cities where the men are, I'm just like, just the fact that you're from that city is not attractive to me.
Right.
Like, do you guys have that?
I have a couple. So before I used to be, I really wanted to date an Indian guy from New York. That's a very
That is so
specific type.
specific.
Because I mean, there are Indian guys here, but I was just like, no, they can't be from LA. They have to be like an East Coast Indian guy that I was like very attracted to.
I get it.
Yeah, it's very different.
Absolutely, actually, hell yeah to that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The second thing is my type is like island savvy. Can fish, can hunt, can swim, can do like the ocean stuff. And that to me is like the ultimate like look of like masculine like strength to me. Where it's like provide me food.
So almost like
yeah.
a city guy is not applying.
I do
for
like
that.
city guys.
Oh, okay.
So I like
You're diverse.
depending on where I'm at, my choices like change. But
Mm.
Boston is yours. You like
I can't explain it.
there's something very Americana about it.
Yeah, it's like it's East Coasty. I like a guy that likes sports, even though I hate sports. Like it's almost like he's the enemy. Like it's so hot. Like you like this stupid thing. you
Enemies to
idiot.
lovers. Yeah.
Like yeah, I don't know. I also just growing up watching movies like from or around Boston, like Ben Affleck's movies. Like
I get it.
I know that's lame, but there's just I don't know. And it's also so foreign to me. I feel like being from Chicago, you think of Boston, you're like, oh, what are they up to?
Mhm.
Like the same guy, put the same guy in Chicago and Boston. Like I'm going for the Boston version
Mhm.
every time.
Because that guy knows how to like shovel snow.
He knows how to make a fish. Like he can cook fish. I feel
Right.
like.
Mhm.
There is some level of understanding of maybe like Catholic guilt.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I'm
Right?
looking for. Yeah. I think it's when I think about types that I don't want, I'm imagining Seattle.
Oh, Pacific Northwest.
So like Pacific Northwest, because you either have like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep going.
yeah, like that shitty weird beanie that's too small, that's folded up 6 times at the brim, and then you probably have like shit ass weird tattoos that don't mesh together. There's like one here, there's one above your knee, and always on the shin. There's always one on the shin.
Mhm.
You know, and like it's just not my type. You know, but if I were to, my type now is, see, like I want to say like Asian, rich, tall. You know, always spoils the shit out of me, but also they beat women.
Yeah.
You know?
Very bad reputation, especially like certain generation of like Korean men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Were you-
difficult one.
Haven't you sort of said that Chinese men make good husbands?
Yeah, that is the rumor around I don't know, Gina. The rumor has it that Chinese men are great husbands. Even Zhao Ying says that, right?
Oh yeah.
Except about her own ex-husband. But yeah, I think that's like that's the whole reason why like the 4B movement started in Korea,
Mhm.
which is like, you know, they're withholding sex, withholding babies, withholding marriage, withholding relationships, because there's a lot of like high rates of like femicide and just general like abuse towards women there.
Like, yeah, I never have to pull out my wallet when I hang out with you, which is great, but like I don't want to have to go to a plastic surgeon every few months, you know, like when you
Forced.
beat me, you know?
Dude, I have I'm not gonna out her because she's like a family member, but I have a family member who recently thought she hit the jackpot because she married a very wealthy guy. But dude, this is a perfect example of like that doesn't mean anything.
Mhm.
It's like someone's level of generosity is really what matters, because this dude, like everything she spends, like even if it's at 7-Eleven and it's like a pack of peanuts, he'll be like, what did you buy here for $1 so and so?
Ew.
Like he tracks every single
Ew.
like expense and like doesn't give her any money. Mind you, he's like very wealthy. And so I was like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
That is the opposite of jackpot. That is some kind of like emotional abuse, I think, right?
financial abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be so turned off by that.
And she's had like his kid, like they
Yeah.
have kids together, and like, that is so gross to me.
That's
Ugh.
crazy.
Okay. Subject change. Have you ever gone to your high school reunion?
No.
Have you had?
Apparently the who's it? The ASB, the Student Body Association, whatever.
Mhm.
So it was a woman who worked there and her daughter that went to the school. And apparently they embezzled a shit ton of money. So my 10-year reunion was held at a shitty bar at like 11 o'clock in the morning. So like nobody went.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And
10's not long enough.
10
Year
Years?
reunion?
It's like
Why
27?
not?
I mean, like you're just still in your 20s. You're basically the same shithead you were in
Mhm.
high school.
I actually am relieved to hear this because I am having FOMO, I guess you would say, or regret that I didn't go to my 10 year. I'm like, oh, that's the only one to go to. Like, and then I don't know, like, I wish I would have gone. And then in my mind, I'm like, well, 20 is too far away. You're so far removed. You're so old. But you think that would be a better opportunity?
Yes,
Yeah.
I would. Now I'm 20 years removed from high school, right?
I know in my head, I'm like, I don't even
37
know.
probably? 37, 38?
You're 18 in high school. So
Yeah, so I'm 20 years removed from high school, and I would love to show off how hot I am at this age.
right?
Because I'm like 20 years and she still looks that yes, I would love to, but 10 years it's like everyone's still sort of, in a good spot.
Yeah.
I guess that's true. And the other thing is I feel like Facebook like killed the reunion.
Yeah.
Because there's no mystery anymore. You can find out anything you want to find out. But there was a time where that was the only opportunity.
Mhm.
And I sort of am longing for that. Like, I wish that like in-person experience was still something that we could all participate in. Like, I
Right.
want us to all go to our reunions, but I didn't go. And I don't know. But hopefully I'll go to the next one. I don't know.
Wait, who embezzled what from your ASB?
Yeah.
The woman that ran it and her daughter that works or that went to the school also at the time. So the school eventually found out there was like money slowly, missing over time from the ASB or whatever.
Wait, what high school did you go to?
Mark Keppel High School in Monterey Park.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it wasn't even like a fun high school. So I was born and raised in the Bay Area, and the schools up there were nice. We looked like college, campuses.
Mhm.
We had like homecoming football games where every time we scored a touchdown, they fired off a cannon. Like, it was dope, like the shit you see in coming of age teenage movies, right? And then I moved to LA to a predominantly Chinese neighborhood where the football team hasn't won a game since 1980 something. And it was on the news for being like one of the most broken down schools ever. But we were great at academics, apparently, and badminton, like just Asian people shit. So it wasn't even like a fun school spirit thing. Like, I don't think they would even care to go to a school reunion. Like, we didn't really have that much school spirit here in LA.
Yeah, and I mean, like, maybe slightly racist too, but like 20-year reunion, like everyone is still looking banging.
True. It's true.
It's like no one has a
Mhm.
single wrinkle to add on their face. The
Yeah.
Asians.
Wow. But
Yeah.
it's not okay. For me, I swear, it's not about how we all look. It's just like the past. Let's get
You are in love with your past.
let's get the memories going.
No,
Let's
it's about
talk
how I
about
look. Look, I
Mrs.
look fucking great.
Zilligan.
And you're all going to know it.
Yeah, but you had a real positive high school experience.
Yeah, I guess it was.
think.
Oh.
Well, I was in the Midwest. It was just sort
Where?
of in Chicago suburb called
Oh,
Skokie. So it
nice.
wasn't quite what you guys. It was different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, what was your high school like? It was I don't have fond memories. Let's just say that.
I was like a goth kid in high school.
You
which
were
is-
goth?
Yeah. Which is weird in like an Asian school,
But really, like, given your like family trauma though, it makes sense that you went full goth at
Yeah.
that age.
Yeah.
May I ask what is the family trauma? You can give me any version you'd like.
Oh, yeah.
Abridged, non-abridged.
Where do I start? It was touchy-feely grandfather,
Mhm.
no parents. My mom was a narcissist. They had me way too young. And then my dad was in prison for the first 9 years of my life. And then just like no parental guidance. So I grew up on my dad's side of the family, super abusive physically and sexually. Left them while my dad was still in prison. Left them, joined my mom's side of the family, who are awesome. Like, I love them. But by then I was 14. I'm already fucked up,
Yeah. Your
and-
ACE score is really high.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I just took that test yesterday.
Really?
Like 9 out of 10. This
Yeah.
shit's fucked up.
What
I
score?
imagine.
ACE.
What is that?
What is it? Adolescent. No.
Something childhood experiences, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
adverse childhood
Adverse, yeah.
experience. Yeah, but it's basically a test you take to see where you land and it will predict a lot of things about you as an adult. So if
Mhm.
your ACE score is high, that means you've sustained a lot of trauma as a young kid, and it will inform a lot of things about how you struggle as an adult. Is
Yeah.
that how it works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in a group chat with my girlfriends and they were doing it. And I was like, I got a 9. Like, what is this out of? They're like, Gina, it's out of 10. I'm like, oh, fuck.
So you got an A plus.
Yeah, A plus, baby.
Yay.
Yeah, fuck yeah. So like, like abusive family, sexual abusive,
Yeah.
mother wasn't there, mom's a narcissist, and didn't have a relationship with my dad because he was in prison. Relationship with dad now is fantastic.
Wow.
Mom, even worse now, because like I always tell people, like, when you have kids, I really hope when they grow up, they still think you're as cool as they did when you were a kid. Because growing up and finding out your parents are shitty sucks, So it was I think around the age of 27 was when I found out, like, wow, my mom kind of fucking sucks. Yeah.
How were you able to like mend that relationship with your dad though, seeing as how he was not a part of your life for like most of your younger like years?
Sure. So my dad has always made sure I knew that he loved me, even though he was like never really around. But like little things, like he, every call from prison, he, I got to talk to him.
Mhm.
Back then I thought he was in school.
Is that what they told you?
Yeah, he's in school, or he's a dentist in LA. Technically kind of true. In prison, they have prisoners make dentures
Ah.
for the outside world.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he was
yeah.
the best denture maker.
By the way, those lies that we get told as kids, like I had one aunt who I thought up until the last few years had died in a plane crash. No, she died of alcoholism. Like they lie.
Why they go so
I
extravagant
know.
with it?
Made me scared
Just
of
say a
flying.
disease.
Yeah.
Like
plane
they have to go
crash.
so big with it. Oh my god, they just lie.
But yeah, so my dad always like made sure, like, hey, I love you. And like when you're in your teen years, early 20s, you're like, yeah, parents, whatever. And like I never grew up with him. So I'm like, listen, like I love you too. And he's like, move to Missouri. I'm like, not fucking moving to Missouri. I'm like, look, and I said something to him that I kind of regret saying now. I said, I never had you my whole life, and I really don't need you now. Like, not in a, hey, fuck off. More like, don't worry about me,
Mm-hmm.
And then around like 25 years old, I don't know, something in me was just like, I want to see my dad. I want to hang out with him and get to know him. So now I spend every Thanksgiving, Christmas, and my birthday with him, and it's just, and I spend every time I come, I ask questions about his past, and like I try to know everything. The dude's just like a really cool dude. Like, was he ever, should he have had kids? Probably not.
But he had you really young, right?
He had me young.
Yeah.
Like
How
really
young?
Probably 19, 20.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
super young. But I was thinking too, because like, I listen to a lot of like Gabor Mate, who like talks about like childhood trauma. Because like the one thing that really sticks above all else, like you can provide your child with like flashcards and do like you think that you're doing everything parental that's correct. But truly it's like whether or not that child feels genuinely like loved and that's communicated to them. He's like, that is like, especially in their first couple years of life, like that is truly nothing competes with that.
Yeah.
So I like that no matter where he was, even if he was in quote unquote school,
Mhm.
that, you felt like you had a dad who like communicated that he loved you. So
Yeah.
that's really like sweet to me.
And it's funny. My top love language is gifts.
Oh, rare.
Yeah, because when I was little, my dad's friends, my dad was a gangbanger. So he would have his friends come by with like presents, toys, be like, this is from your dad. He really loves you. And I'm like, oh, cool. So that's like love for me. I
Yeah.
like tangible things that I can hold on to. And that's what I do for other people too. Like if I love you, I'm going to buy you something that I saw that maybe you might like.
Can I say something controversial?
Mm.
I would 10 times out of 10 date and marry a gangbanger over a lawyer.
Oh my God, Khalyla, you have no fucking idea.
I'll tell you
I've dated
why.
a lawyer. Go ahead.
Dude, the high school gangbanger boyfriend that I had, shout out to Puppet, if you're
Shut
listening.
the fuck up. My dad told me he learned calligraphy from a guy named Puppet in school.
Wait,
but
hang on. What year was this?
90s.
Oh, wait. No,
2000s,
no, no, no.
90s?
This is 2000s.
Okay, no, 90s. My dad was out already. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
But
my gosh.
He did. He was in the pen for a while.
He was a cholo, huh?
He was a cholo.
Yeah, and he smelled good, I bet.
Can I tell you
Yeah.
that this guy, I mean, it's been 20 years since I've dated him. He still writes me, my girl, how we doing this week?
Are you
And in a
serious?
very not like trying to get with me
Yeah.
way. And guess what? When I launched my hair brand, Ebb, guess who posted it all over his stuff? And guess who bought product? Like the loyalty runs deep. They know how it makes me want to like cry. And I'm like, dang, like puppet. And even to this day, he like remembers tiny things about me. He was like, but not in like, again, a creepy way. He was like, you were always going to be that girl. You were always going to succeed. Like, I saw that in you. Like, I'm so glad to see where you're at right now.
That is so sweet.
I know.
So I have been wearing Skims bras since they launched, and I haven't really stopped. My personal favorites are the Skims Ultimate Bra and the Wireless Form t-shirt bra. Any of the wireless form, honestly, they're so good. They're comfortable, but they give you shape. You know, my weight has been fluctuating. My sizes all over have been fluctuating. I really rely on Skims to still keep me confident and feeling, you know, the right amount of sexy and also casual. And you guys can shop Skims bras at skims.com. Now available in 62 sizes, 30A to 46H. If you haven't yet, be sure to let them know who sent you. It was us. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey and select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. And let's manifest a Trash Tuesday Skims campaign. Why don't we? All right.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Remember when we were kids? We were always learning and growing. Sometimes as adults, we can lose that curiosity. Well, therapy can help you reconnect with your sense of wonder because your back-to-school era can come at any age.
I need a back-to-school era every year. I don't care how old I am. It's back-to-school season. I'm reinventing. I'm rediscovering. I'm finding a new version of me. That's what I need every year to keep myself feeling alive. And therapy has been so important to me.
And if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Rediscover your curiosity with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/TrashTuesday today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TrashTuesday.
Cholos are the best.
Cholos are
They're the best. There's like, it's like Cholo Love, and they have like their old like their love songs. They're
the Art LeBeau, like
they're romantic.
So romantic and so like the heart is deep there. But again, with the lawyers, you dated a lawyer, and
this was like a couple years ago. It was crazy. So I dated a lawyer, and it was like everything on paper is great, like tall, decent looking, and he's a lawyer, you know?
People on paper that are great.
Also, tall is not great on paper, in my opinion.
No?
Really?
It's a red flag to me.
They can't help it, Esther.
No, it is a red flag. Tall men, that is a red flag. They know that they are sought after. They're too confident.
Yeah.
Unless you can find the rare weak one where something went wrong along the way.
They have hip dysplasia.
Yeah. Or like
had to be like formerly fat in high school.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I call chocolate chip on their shoulder.
How cute!
Those are the best. You get ex-fat boys. They're the best boyfriends.
Unless they were like ex-fat boys that became a lawyer, because that's what this one was.
Oh.
So he was like great on paper. Taiwanese family, never dated Taiwanese. Lawyer, you know, like loved, loved tailored suits, you know, great on paper. Why the fuck did I have to teach a 30-year-old man that he was uncircumcised?
He didn't know that about himself?
No. And like serial cheaters. And now like that, in hindsight, I realized he was, and I hate using this word, but he was pretty fucking useless. Like just fucking useless, because raised in a wealthy Taiwanese family, mom did everything, had 2 sons, like 2 golden sons. He was like, they called him the prince, which I should have fucking known. I should have never dated that.
That's the biggest red flag.
Yeah. But like just was useless. Didn't know how to do anything. I had to make all appointments and shit. And cause I'm at work and I'm busy. I'm like, bitch, you sit at a desk. You don't do litigations. Calm down. You know, like you're not that busy. Serial cheater. Cause I've gone on multiple trips, cause they're from U of A. What is that? Arizona U of A.
Mm-hmm.
And so we would go to Arizona all the time to see his lawyer friends. And all of them fucking cheat. All of them. One of them's like married, about to have a kid, cheating. And so like my boyfriend, the lawyer at the time, would call like, oh my God, he just went home with this girl and he just got back to the hotel room at 7 a.m. I'm like, why are you hanging around with these people?
Mhm.
And then lo and behold, I got cheated on too, you know? And that's when I learned I'm sorry, not all men, not all lawyers. They cheat a lot. And God, do they love cocaine. Holy shit, they love cocaine.
I feel like that's just all of LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he cheated on me with this girl. And this is when I was on G4. So we were doing like live TV. So he was cheating on me with this girl.
It wasn't a one-off. It was like,
no, he was cheating on me for, I guess he first slept with her when I was recovering from my boob surgery, like during my birthday. And then slept with her a couple times after. And then I found out. And then so I hit her up. I'm like, yo.
wait, how did you find out though? Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, and she was 24. I'm like,
Oh.
dude, like, you sweet girl. Like, and she's like, well, you know, he said this and that. I'm like, oh, honey, like you can tell by the way she's speaking. Like, she's like, she's not going to leave. And it was such a pain in the ass because like I'm filming, we're on live television. I have my face, my act on. Commercial break, I'm fucking on the side talking to this girl. Like, tell me everything, what the hell's going on. And she's like, well, he said this about you and blah, blah, blah. And like, I'm like, do you believe this? And she's like, well, I'm like, you're young. You'll figure it out.
Oh, that's frustrating because she's probably a lot more inexperienced.
Yeah. And then so like a couple weeks later, he's like, or she hits me up. She's like, can I talk to you? I'm like, what's up? She's like, you did the same thing to me, to this girl whose Instagram bio was University of blah, 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 class of 2022, 2023. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, look, I hate to say it. She's like, you're probably laughing at me and saying I told you so. And I'm like, you're young. I mean, yeah, I'm laughing, but you're young. You know, whatever. But
how do you confront him when you find out though? Like, what's the moment? Do you choose your moment or are you just kind of like, you know?
So I knew where he was and that he was with her. And his brother was also there, who was also a lawyer, also a cheater.
All in on it.
Yeah. And I knew that they were together and they were in his car. So I called him and I knew my name would pop up. And he hung up and I just called like a couple more times just so she can see. Cause I was told she was sitting in the front seat. So I knew she can see, you know? And then so I called and he didn't pick up. And later on he was like, oh, what's going on? I'm like, oh, I have this thing that I want to, like a movie premiere I want to take you to, whatever. Let me know if you can go, like give me a call tonight. And he called me. He's like, sorry, like me and my roommate got really high and we went to blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh yeah? So like she couldn't sleep over, huh? That sucks. Like you couldn't even drive her home? Cindy, right? The girl that does lashes? Fuck. Like at least drive the girl home, bro. Like what the fuck? And he's like, what do you mean? Like, God, shut up, bro. Like that's why you're not in litigations. You fucking suck at this. So yeah, I confronted him through that. And then like, I'm like, okay, well, I just want all my stuff back. And he's like, is this your way of just trying to see me again and make things work? I'm like, I said I wanted my stuff back and I would pay for shipment, you cheap motherfucker, because you wouldn't even pay $5 for shipping. Like, shut up. Yeah, so I just confronted him over like a FaceTime call.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that was it. Like it was kind of like one of those things where it's like, I already checked out. I was kind of removed because he's just not a good person.
It's so crazy to me how like you see that often where it's like there is some level of excellence and like not to say that he was an excellent lawyer or whatever, but it's like sometimes like all you really need to do is just stick with it, go to school, become a thing, right? Whether it's a doctor, whether it's a lawyer.
Yeah.
And we put so much praise and value into those types of into that type of work, right? That we're like, oh, he must be something. When really they probably don't know how to do laundry. They probably don't know how to fold their own shit.
Not only that, it's like they probably got into that profession because of the reputation it once had as being this like great provider, this sought after guy once you're a doctor or lawyer. But like, so it's almost to the point now where that draws like the wrong kind of person, you could say.
Yeah.
But and also I feel like nowadays it's like the jig is up. If you're a doctor or a lawyer, I don't know. I don't find myself being like, I really would want to be with someone in that field.
Yeah.
I almost feel like it's so outdated at this point. But it's such a common thing in society that at one point, like in the 90s, the 2000s, like everyone wanted that. which I always thought you want to date a doctor or a lawyer because they make good money. But then someone pointed out to me you want to date a doctor just in case you're a hypochondriac. That I could get behind.
That is really a good reason too.
I would go nuts for that. Like if I'm like, Dave, go to med school and come back. That would be huge for me. Wait, okay. That story about your ex is making me think of, and I'm not going to say why because I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't watched this yet. Have any of you guys seen, it's a 3-part docuseries on Hulu called The Perfect Wife? Okay. Guess what? we're not going to talk about it. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just saying the listeners, you guys watch it. The Perfect Wife on Hulu. It's really good. I'm not going to even say why I thought of it.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. I said I wouldn't do this on camera anymore, but times are hard. The business is rough right now. I don't know, because I'm seeing a banana picture in the back too. Is this like a ceremonial thing? Or
at this point, yeah, I think so.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, it's something that we do.
It's a religion.
I gotta eat this like an alpha male though.
You see?
You see?
You have to do the alpha male thing so nobody thinks you're gay.
I didn't make this up.
I am blown away.
I've been telling them, I'm like, every dude wants to show you the alpha male way, the ape way of opening up a banana, or they'll correct you. You just confirmed it for me. Thank you.
Men do 3 things: wear basketball shorts as fucking underwear.
Yeah.
That's all 3 things.
Eat bananas the non-gay way, and interrupt you during fucking Lord of the Rings to tell you some random tidbit about how they made the movie. Every fucking man does that.
But the banana thing is real.
It's my mind is blown at what I've seen of recent.
Oh my God.
You really are. You outsmart everyone.
She's in touch, man.
I'm in touch. Well, it's my fruit. It's my fruit. I know everything about my fruit.
You guys, I saw on Reddit, Lululemon did the shadiest thing I've ever seen a company do.
Rururemen, you mean? The notorious Rururemen?
Yeah. Wait, didn't he name it because he thought it was like Asian sounding?
No, he named it because Asian people can't pronounce it and it's funny to him.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That has to be like a rumor. That's so insane.
Definitely not.
No? What?
I mean, you're the one who gave the backstory about the Victoria's Secret guy.
Yeah.
Like, this tracks the Lululemon.
That is, let's see. Lululemon found it. I mean, it says it on this random website.
I'm not sure. There's an Asian site.
But, well, they're shady then, and that sucks if that's true. But arguably this is worse. It's not. But they sell used clothes of their own clothes, right? Which is cool, right? Great, recycle, whatever. Why waste? Why just throw them away? I think that's cool. But the used clothes that they sell has a literal logo on it that says like new. So if you buy their used clothes, they need everyone who sees you to know that you bought that as a used piece of clothing.
Oh, it shows?
Yes, it literally says
on the outside or on the inside?
On the outside. You have to look it up. It's called Like New. You'll see this tank top from Lululemon and the back says Like New. And people are like, why does Lululemon need us to
They need to brand the poor folks?
Exactly.
Yeah, for real.
They want all of us to know who's broken, who's not. How shady. It says that on the shirt.
That's crazy.
But it's on the outside. I know that looks like it's inside. I've seen it on the outside.
That's so fucked up, but so funny.
It's so wrong.
But also very, very intelligent marketing because
Why?
it's so it's gonna ruffle so many feathers.
True, we're talking about it.
Everyone's gonna talk about it.
And I guess if I'm being honest, the font was kind of cute. It wasn't the ugliest thing I've ever seen, but to say like new,
that's crazy. But
it's
also
so degrading.
If you're a person who judges people for wearing like new like that, you're a piece of shit too.
No,
What are you, a lawyer?
It's almost like cool or something. I don't know, to be like.
Well, I think the move is for very wealthy influencers and it girls to be wearing strictly like news. And then that'll be a thing. And that's going to, well, how much cheaper are they?
I don't know. And knowing Lululemon, it's like probably $3 less.
Yeah.
Nothing is cheap there ever.
That is great PR though. If you're like a fashion influencer, like, I'm saving the planet by using like new clothes because I don't want to buy blah, blah, blah in fast fashion, and then make it a thing, and then maybe it'll pick up.
Yeah.
And then make Lululemon more money.
But also, if this really takes off, how much do you want to bet that they're still, all of it is new, but they're just putting like new on it?
Oh, based on how it looks, it doesn't look like new. It looks new. Like it probably is all marketing. I don't know. Wait, and also, sorry, I don't know why I'm like on a Lululemon kick, but they're always in the news. They also had to discontinue one of their yoga pants. Like this was like 2 weeks ago because it's so crazy. It basically has a V in the back, so it looks like.
It didn't show us.
For the butt to like accentuate the cheeks?
Yeah, like almost. You look it up. They're so ugly. I heard about it and I'm like, there's no way a pant could be that ugly that it's like has to be controversial.
They discontinued it because it is ugly?
No. Lululemon stopped sales of new breeze-through leggings after customers complained of whale tail fit.
Oh, that doesn't look terrible.
Oh, I see. It's the whale tail line.
I mean,
what's the problem?
Yeah, that looks fine. If anything, the worse it looks is like you can just see the outline of your thong in a pant.
Well, that's the thing. It's so butt crack. Yeah. Accentuating.
I thought that was the point.
Yeah. In the world of like BBL fashion nowadays, I thought that's what people like. I mean, like I remember when I was go-go dancing and we had like when the ruched butt on the bikinis became a thing. That's the cutest thing ever.
And what I would do is I would buy just regular bikini bottoms and I would have my friend's mom sew in the ruching.
In the butt?
In the butt, because it gave you just the illusion of like a plumper, cuter butt.
Yeah, but it doesn't look terrible.
It just looks like a fashion choice.
Yeah. I mean, that's better than the fucking people who make leggings with the seam right in the middle of your crotch. So it's just just straight up camel toe.
I've been seeing, so I'm mad at a friend and I don't know how to approach her.
I'm right here.
Fight her just physically, just jump her.
Just fight it out and then just make up afterwards.
I'm not mad. I'm annoyed by this one thing she chronically does that I don't understand why she does it, which is she's very generous with being like, hey, borrow this or borrow that. Or like, there's always an exchange of like, hey, can I borrow this top? You borrow my pants or whatever. But if you post a picture of her, of yourself wearing it, or if she sees somebody out with it, wearing this thing that they borrowed from her, she has to announce it to everyone, whether it's in a comment form on Instagram being like, that shirt looks familiar. Or if it's in person, she's like, if someone's like, oh, hey, cute top. She goes, oh, yeah, she borrowed that from me. Like she has to announce that it is her piece of clothing that person has borrowed. And I don't know how to confront her and tell her that, hey, that's not fucking cool. Like, why are you trying to take credit for something so stupid? What is that?
Is she generally an insecure person?
I don't know. Possibly.
Because this reminds me of my friend. He and his girlfriend were like on and off all the time. Because just massive insecurity issues in general. And then like he posted a picture of him and his mom. And then she would comment things like, I wonder who took that photo.
Yes.
Wonder who took
Same
that.
energy.
Yeah, it's like, we get it, dude. Like, nobody wants him. Shut the fuck up. Fuck, man. Like, it's weird. Like,
I do find it funny when we think, and I've been a culprit of this, when I think that everyone wants my man. Like, it's like, why? What am I doing here? Nobody wants this gargoyle. What am I jealous for? Yeah, but I don't know how to confront her. But it's that kind of same energy where it's like they have to announce it's like they're giving themselves participation points. I don't know what it is. What is it, Esther?
I don't know, because I'm struggling. I'm struggling in this moment because I just could see a version of myself where that is me. thankfully I never lend any of my stuff out, so I wouldn't actually know.
No one fits Baby Gap, okay? No one fits size 3 shoes.
No one wants any of my stuff, but I'm trying so hard to find within me the honest answer if I would do that or not. And I don't know. I feel I can't say for sure that I wouldn't be like making a comment, but I want to believe. And I know it's possible that I wouldn't. And I want to believe that that's the choice. I just don't know.
How about this? I'll give you a scenario. Yeah. I'll give you a scenario.
Why would you want to do it?
Are you at my dress, right? And I'm like, Esther, I need a dress. And you're like, Khalyla, you can't fit this. I'd be like, watch me.
It goes up to your like lower nipple.
And I mean, like, it looks even more stunning on me because I'm taller and the slit comes real high, right?
Yeah.
And I take the thirstiest picture of myself in Vegas, and I'm getting like 2,000 comments.
She tags every celebrity, every basketball player.
Wow. Okay, because I'm going on a journey here, because at the beginning I'm like, of course, why would I ever? No, I'm so happy about this. I don't want to be involved. But then now it's taking a turn where you're saying it's really taking off.
It's taking off. This post is like thirst trappiest
and now
photo of the
suddenly
year.
I'm seeing something and honestly, I'm feeling proud.
Okay.
I'm feeling proud that I was a small part in this beautiful story. And I'm trying not to write the comment. I'm trying.
At least there's restraint, you know? At least there's restraint. She's self-aware.
But it's like, it's like we've just created a moment together on Instagram and I want to be a part of it. I want everybody to know.
What are you typing?
How do you let them know that it's your dress?
Maybe, you know what? Maybe it's a couple heart emojis, a fire. Like maybe
that's great.
I actually don't, because it would honestly, I'd make a fool of myself if I said something about like, this is my dress. Because then best case scenario, people see it and go, you wouldn't look as good in it. So I'm not even like setting myself up for any sort of positive, you know. I think I would just participate as a community member and not taking ownership.
That's growth.
Yeah,
that's growth. I can see you just like really like holding your breath as you're explaining this.
That was like a blip of light in frontal lobe development right there. Fuck yeah, dude.
Now, if someone did that to you and like, wow, like you're getting a lot of like great comments. Oh, that dress looks familiar, Gina. Wink, wink, heart.
Yeah, that's such a weird, I don't know how I would react to it, because like if it's like 1 or 2 times, it's fine. But if it's like every time.
It's every time with this girl.
Every time. God, how would, see now Gina would be like, if it annoyed me enough, I've been, after therapy, I've been doing this whole like communicate. You know, I'll just be like, you know what I notice that you do often, Khalyla? Like
What is it? What do I do?
Have you noticed that whenever I post a picture wearing something that you let me borrow, you always, it's so funny too. Like,
I just find it so funny that you would like not tag me.
Oh, why?
Or even like say something alluding to
I'm sorry,
my
I didn't
generosity.
know this was a sponsored post. Shit. I'm sorry. Oh, fuck, I didn't know. Are you paying me for the, oh, okay, well, do I have to send it back or?
I just think that we've always shared clothes. I've always been generous with my closet. And like, you just always in my stuff, but never really.
Well, you didn't tag me in that picture when I didn't know I agreed to this, but we shared boyfriends apparently. So I don't know.
Oh, wow.
No, so I would bring it up and just be like, do you notice that you do that? That's really fun. Like, why do you do that? I've never seen anyone do that. Is it like do you need credit for it? Do you want?
I think it's credit, right? You need a gold star.
But like old Gina, like younger Gina would have been like, in the caption would be like, before she comments, everyone needs to know that this dress was borrowed from Esther because she's definitely going to comment it, you know? But I think you just like, just sit down and just be like, why do you do that? I want to understand because I've never seen anyone do that. Like if I let you borrow my stuff, I wouldn't expect you to, or I wouldn't say anything, you know? Because
yeah, I think that it would, I'm seeing that I would not do that. I swear, like
look at that frontal lobe.
I
Fuck
swear.
yeah.
I'm like, because it would feel so fun and exciting to see my friend wearing my clothes, and especially if it like worked out, it looked good, it's blowing up on the grid. Like that would make me feel good. And I would not want to, because then you're taking. If I'm having to have credit, I'm taking away from that moment.
Yeah.
And that doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I think it gives the same energy as when someone puts a post up and they're expressing grief over, let's say, a lost puppy or a lost family member. And you see in the comments, like, I know exactly how you feel. I lost my dog, 3 years ago. It's like, it's not about.
You know what drives me crazy?
What?
This shit happens on TikTok all the time. A couple things. One, learn the difference between ballin' and bawling, okay? Fuck. God, this generation's cooked. And the second thing is, like, you're seeing a true crime video, right?
Mm-hmm.
On April 4th, 2014, Samantha Rodriguez was murdered by her husband. And in the comments, it's always some fucker says, oh my God, that was my birthday. That's my birthday. Who the fuck cares?
That's iconic.
Like, who the fuck cares? I don't understand. Why do you say that? What are we supposed to fucking reply to
Can
that?
I tell you what that is, though? Someone once said that every human's biggest fear is that their life goes unwitnessed.
Huh.
And that's why we do everything to feel like we're seen and that our life meant something. And so I think that those little moments of like, that's when I was born is like an attempt at being witnessed and seen, even though it's under a true crime.
Right. Yeah.
It's so funny what humans do to be like, see me, hear me, feel me.
Yeah.
You are just hitting a nerve for me right now so hard. Like, I really desperately wish that I didn't need that. And I like how we started this episode. I'm like, I want to live in Carmel. I want to hide in my room and never be heard from again. Like, that's my fantasy. But it's fake. There's no such version of my life that goes that way. And like, there's no disappearing. There's no hiding. There's no running away. Like, for some reason, existing in public, which in this version of our lives is like podcasts or just posting on your Instagram stories, whatever it is, like I need it. And I think about it and I'm like, why? We didn't have Instagram stories 30, 40, 100 years ago. But I'm like, it must be a human desire that is in our operating system that we need to be sharing with the community.
Mm-hmm.
We need the community to know that we're here. Like, I always thought there was going to be this end game, this end of the journey where you could just hide. But I think that's not possible. What do you guys do? You feel the same?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So that's why there's this thing that I make sure or make myself do is if a homeless person ever asks me for money, I never just like, ignore them. I'm always like, I'm sorry, I don't have anything, but I hope you have a good day. Because like talking to homeless people before and getting to know them, they have, most of them have always said that the worst part about this is how fucking lonely it is. Because people look right through you. They ignore you. You're not human anymore. You don't exist anymore. And that's so fucked up. Like, imagine how we feel when our text messages are left on read. So imagine like the whole world leaves you on read. You don't exist anymore.
This episode has a theme.
No. A life unwitnessed.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, even if I can't give you anything, I'm going to acknowledge you as like, just as a simple human being. You exist, So like, I get that. I get like, people want to be witnessed. People want to leave a mark behind. I mean, for fucking centuries, people are like, what about your legacy? Marry, blah, blah, blah. Your last name, have a son, whatever. Like, it's like an innate human thing. And it's so cruel to treat someone like they just don't exist.
You're right. Yeah. And maybe that's also why like ghosting is this super confusing thing in our society because it's technology makes it easy to ignore, but it doesn't make it easier to receive being ignored. And also, I feel like I have through the years seen so many of my peers or just people I know like really hate on and judge people for posting online, right? It's like, oh, you just have to share stories. It's lame, whatever. And I've always had that kind of voice in the back of my head of like, oh, am I just like, I don't know just whatever negative thing, like you need attention, whatever it is. Yeah, vapid, exactly. But now I'm going like, no, this is just today's version of how we share in the community. And yes, it's Instagram. We all hate it. It sucks, but maybe it's actually not. There's versions of it and our versions that we use it with that are not bad. Like, yes, I scroll, I get triggered, I'm jealous. All that stuff is very real for everyone, I think. But I also, when I post and I share and there's a funny thing I see from Hannah Burner, you know, it's like those things light me up. They make me feel good. And so I don't know, I'm just sort of coming around like, wait, maybe it's okay that I feel like I need this.
Yeah, but also I would go as far as to say that that person judging you for posting on Instagram or putting your life out there, they are probably doing things in their own lives to be seen. Maybe not in the form of social media, maybe not in the form of like a public display, but I'm sure they're doing something. And maybe it's in the comment section of a true crime from 15 years ago. We just never really know how people are, like, what their tactics are to meet that need of being witnessed, right?
Yeah.
And can I say something? I had a medical professional of mine who is like a beloved, I won't say what kind of medical professional, but he has served my family for years. Very beloved figure. I accidentally stumbled into one of his social media accounts and he had a towel around his waist and a bathroom selfie. And I was like, this person's one of the I go to this person for medical advice. And look at him.
You just
people
don't...
gotta fuck, man.
I know.
Like, people just gotta fuck, you know? And
there is, in my experience, there is no positive outcome of finding your doctor on social media. Where can people find you? Where do we, how do we get more of you in our lives?
Yeah. So I stream video games and also talk on my stream 4 days a week on twitch.tv/Miss Gina Darling. I'm sure they'll put it somewhere.
Yes.
All my socials are the same, Miss Gina Darling. Come and hang out with me on my stream. I dick around on there a lot. We do a lot of community things where people can send in the photos of their bedrooms and I judge you on it. I can judge your dating profile. I roast you. It's just me to practice my improv. But yeah, come and hang out. It'll be fun. And you can check me out on all my socials. And like my fucking photos. Instagram algorithm is such dog shit now. My will to live depends on the number of likes I get per post.
We all just want to be seen.
Yeah.
And I want you guys to comment if you relate to wanting to be seen or not. I need to know if we're just monsters or if you guys have that too. Whatever it is, please tell us the truth. We love you. And Sluggies, we'll see you next week with a brand new episode.